Hey guys, what's going on? This is Tyler, and today I'm bringing you part 2 of What If Naruto Befriended Kurama earlier. Credits to Creeps as always, since he actually originated this idea. Link in the description. If you guys want part 3, be sure to get this video over 400 likes. Anyways, no recap, let's just start the video off with the intro. We start our story off about the information on Sasuke, and that Sakura and Naruto and Kakashi are actually going to go out and rescue Sasuke. However, Kakashi would then announce that there's actually going to be a brand new teammate, and he's actually going to replace Sasuke. Naruto and Sakura would be confused, as the man would then appear right beside Kakashi. Sai would introduce himself to Sakura and Naruto, already giving an unusual vibe, and Naruto does not like this. Kakashi would actually be in this arc rather than Yamato fulfilling his spot, because Kakashi doesn't need to be hospitalized in the first place because he never used Kamui in the first place. Which would mean instead of Yamato fulfilling Kakashi's spot, Kakashi would play Yamato's role and would essentially be in the middle of Sai and Naruto's bickering. But really, the change of Kakashi for Yamato doesn't necessarily change the arc. Eventually, they would still arrive at the bridge, and they would try and attempt to disguise themselves as sorcery. Their cover would then be blown, and they have no other choice but to combat Orochimaru and Kabuto. Orochimaru begins to taunt Naruto about Sasuke, and this pisses Naruto off. Naruto, rather than going into his four-tailed state, would go into KCM, and Naruto would just attack Orochimaru with one hit, and this one hit sends Orochimaru far, far away. Kakashi would say to Sakura to stay back from Naruto and cover him while he's fighting Kabuto. Kakashi and Kabuto, for the most part, would be scrapping, while Orochimaru recovers from that one hit. Eventually, he recovers and is ready to fight Naruto, but can't do anything once Naruto blitzes towards him and Rasengans him in the face. Naruto at this point is pulverizing Orochimaru, and Kakashi is starting to get the upper hand on Kabuto. Orochimaru and Kabuto would be forced to retreat while Team 7 pursues after them. Also, to clarify, Sai took off and left with Orochimaru and Kabuto, and now he's looked at as a traitor. Before we continue, I actually want to clarify some things first. Now, in part 1, I asked if the Akatsuki attacked the village early, and I decided to make it so where the Akatsuki do in fact attack the village. Pain would task Kakuzu, Hidan, Itachi, and Kisame to join him on the Leaf Village raid. The four of them would do so and follow Pain in attacking Konoha. Pain would then task Tobi to collect the two tails, and Konan to collect the three tails. Anyways, they make their way to the Leaf Village and eventually arrive. Anyways, we then cut back to Team 7 arriving at Orochimaru's hideout, and like in the original would encounter Sasuke. Now, when Naruto encounters Sasuke, he tries to sympathize with him at first, but Sasuke isn't taking this and says to Naruto that they have no other choice but to fight. Naruto activates KCM, and Sasuke knows that he has to exert all of his power to even stand a chance. Now, Naruto and Sasuke begin their fight, and yes, Sasuke does go into his Curse Mark II state, and it is apparent that Naruto is still stronger and faster than this Sasuke. But he isn't looking to fight Sasuke, rather just talk him out of this. Sasuke would realize that he has no other choice but to use Kirin, and Orochimaru wouldn't stop him since KCM Naruto is a bit much for even him and Sasuke. Sasuke would then bring his arm down as a lightning dragon would then appear, crashing down at Team 7. Naruto, realizing that Kakashi and Sakura are going to get hit by it, he decides to rush at the two to save them from Kirin. The smoke would clear, and Sasuke then sees Kakashi and Sakura, but in a far distance compared to where they last were. Sasuke would then question where Naruto is, and then Naruto would already be behind Sasuke and slams a Rasengan on his back, knocking him out cold. With this, Orochimaru and Kabuto realize that they can't save Sasuke and they need to act quickly. But Kakashi and Sakura would then already stop the two, with Kakashi slamming a Raikiri down Orochimaru's chest, and Kabuto being punched into oblivion by Sakura. Kakashi makes sure that Orochimaru and Kabuto won't be coming back, and both of them are now seemingly dead. And now Naruto would then grab Sasuke's unconscious body, and he, Sakura, and Kakashi would then return back to the Leaf Village with the intent to tell Tsunade that the mission was a success. Sai's character arc in this arc doesn't change much, and so he would actually stay in the Leaf Village and Team 7 would forgive him. We then cut back to the Akatsuki, and the raid team would then initiate their attack, and a portion of the Leaf Village would then explode due to Itachi's shadow clone. The Leaf's forces would then be alerted due to a sudden explosion, and then we see Kakuzu and Kisame running through the opposite sides of the village and wreaking havoc. Kakuzu just wreaking havoc on the left side, while Kisame is wreaking havoc on the right. While Hidan, Itachi, and the Six Paths of Pain are currently destroying the center of the village and are running through fodder shinobi like it's nothing. Currently, Kakuzu and Kisame are doing the most devastating damage, and they're having a blast until they are stopped by our fellow Leaf Ninja. Kisame would get ready to finish off a couple of ninja when all of a sudden an Asakujaku would strike Kisame's back, sending him flying. Rock Lee, Neji, and Tenten arrive shortly after this, and we would see that the one casting the Asakujaku and sending Kisame flying was Might Guy himself. Kakuzu would just be destroying the village when all of a sudden something stops him in his tracks. It appears to be a shadow. It's then revealed that Shikamaru was the one who actually did this, and Choji, Ino, and Asuma would arrive shortly after this. So Team Asuma and Guy would be dealing with two Akatsuki members. While that's going on, Itachi would have to split up with the Akatsuki, saying that he's going to destroy another part of the village, and takes off. Hidan would just go off to where Kakuzu is and try and assist him. Meanwhile, the Six Paths of Pain would just stay together, causing the most chaos in the center of the village. As the Six Paths of Pain are wreaking havoc, they would then notice two figures walking upon them. Pain would then say who goes there, when all of a sudden Tsunade would then be revealed along with Jiraiya. At that point, Jiraiya would then activate his imperfect sage mode, while Tsunade activates her Byakugo seal / 100 healings jutsu. The Six Paths of Pain would then charge at Tsunade and Jiraiya, while Tsunade and Jiraiya, along with Ma and Pa on Jiraiya's shoulders, would then get ready for the fight. We then cut to Naruto, and Naruto currently is holding Sasuke and is with the rest of Team 7, and they are still heading back to the Leaf. Anyways, we then cut to Hidan, and Hidan would arrive to help Kakuzu and decides to fight Shikamaru and Asuma, while Kakuzu fights Choji and Ino. Kakuzu casually destroys the two with Hidan scrapping with Asuma, and Asuma says for Shikamaru to go and help his other teammates, and that he's got this. Shikamaru would then try and attack Kakuzu with the Shadow Possession, but Kakuzu blitzes Shikamaru and punches him away, interrupting the jutsu and damaging Shikamaru heavily. Asuma would then get scratched by Hidan, and Hidan, like in the original, licks his blood, and Asuma tries to use his fire style, burning ash, and ends up burning half of his body. Hidan would then laugh as he proceeds to stab himself in the heart, killing Asuma in the process. The recent death of Asuma distracts Team 10, which allows Kakuzu to get the jump on them, doing heavy amounts of damage on them. Team 10, with their low chakra reserves and the loss of Asuma, realize that this is the end for them. We then cut to Kisame versus Team Guy, and this is interesting because this is the second time they've encountered, and Guy would attempt to use his gate to beat Kisame like how he did previously, but he would realize that this is a full powered Kisame, and this Kisame is far above 6th Gate Guy. Kisame would then proceed to use his Super Shark Bomb Jutsu on 6th Gate Guy, and this would actually damage Guy to the point where he's out of commission, and Team Guy has to try and fight Kisame without Guy. Anyways, Rock Lee and Neji attempt to attack Kisame, but Kisame would send Rock Lee and Neji flying, and Tenten actually gets a bomb close enough to Kisame to actually explode it, and Guy would then actually begin to regain consciousness, and once he fully does, he would see Kisame unfazed by Tenten's explosion, and is slowly walking towards Tenten with his Samehada in hand. Neji, Rock Lee, and Guy are unable to move, and he begs for Kisame to take him instead, but Kisame just laughs at Guy for saying this and proceeds to slice Tenten. And this would mark the death of Tenten. Neji and Rock Lee and Guy witnessing the death of their comrade. Guy would just stand up even with all of the damage he's taken from Kisame, and would proceed to power up into the 7th gate. Rock Lee would then proceed to do the same action, but rather than transforming into the 7th gate, he would activate the 6th gate. Guy would then say to Kisame how he's going to pay for doing that to his student, and he's going to show him no mercy now. Guy would then cast the hand signs for the Hirodoya technique, and he would then say for Neji and Rock Lee to cover him, as it's actually going to take some time if it's going to be enough to stop Kisame. Since Guy actually took some heavy damage against Kisame, it's going to take him a lot longer to charge up the full power of the Hirodoya technique, and he needs Neji and Rock Lee to simply cover him. Rock Lee would then try and power up even further, but currently the 6th gate is his limit. Neji would then activate his Byakugan, and he and Rock Lee would then work together to try and stop Kisame. Rock Lee would then proceed to imitate the Asakujaku but with his legs, and is just performing a bunch of kick combos at the front of Kisame. He phrases this technique as the Leaf Hot Wind technique. As the Leaf Hot Wind technique strikes Kisame from the front, Neji would sneak up behind Kisame, performing the 128 palm technique. The combination of Rock Lee's kicks and Neji's palm strikes would just catch Kisame off guard and does some insane damage to Kisame, but it isn't enough. Kisame then transforms into his tailless tailed beast state and blitzes and one-shots Neji and Lee. Lee would then revert into his base form, as Neji would then deactivate the Byakugan, and both of them would then say how Kisame has already lost. And before Kisame knew what hit him, Might Guy would speed right between his students and Kisame. His back would be behind Neji and Rock Lee so the attack doesn't hurt them, and Guy proceeds to cast his ultimate move, the Hirodoya. The White Tiger would then come in blasting at Kisame, dealing heavy amounts of damage. Kisame, due to Guy's attack, would be put in a near-death state, and so he uses his last remaining chakra to escape from Team 10's sight, and he would say how this isn't over. Guy would then get ready to chase after Kisame but would collapse to the ground due to exhaustion. Neji, Rock Lee, and Guy are currently down for the count. Tsunade and Jiraiya are currently dealing with pain, and Ma and Pa are trying their best to tell Tsunade and Jiraiya what to do. Tsunade and Jiraiya wouldn't be able to get a hit on the 6 paths of pain, but they have an idea. Ma would go with Tsunade while Pa stays with Jiraiya. And so their plan is to basically separate the paths of pain, and so Tsunade would then go left while Jiraiya would then go right. Jiraiya is with Pa and Tsunade is with Ma. Keep in mind of that. Anyways, Pain would then send in the Asura path to go for Tsunade and the Animal path to go for Jiraiya, as he simply just wants to see what the two are trying to do. We will first go over what happens with Tsunade and Ma. Tsunade and Ma eventually find a dead end, and when they turn around, the Asura path would be there ready to take out Tsunade and Ma. The Asura path would then be charging at Tsunade, however Ma would be apparent and Tsunade would just stand still. The Asura path would be confused by this when all of a sudden Ma would come from behind a Tsunade and cast the sound Genjutsu. The Asura path, not seeing this coming, would be completely caught in the Genjutsu, and at that point Tsunade would then use all of her power and might to one-shot the Asura path. The Asura path is down for the count. Currently, Jiraiya and Pa are actually meeting a dead end, and when they turn around, the Animal path would actually be there, and the Animal path would then get ready to summon a bunch of animals, when all of a sudden Jiraiya would then throw a couple of smoke bombs covering the Animal path's vision, and Rasengan's the Animal path from its blind spot and knocks it down for the count. Tsunade would then retreat along with Jiraiya, and Jiraiya and Tsunade would basically revert back into their base forms and try and recover and hopefully meet up from there. The 4 paths of pain would attempt to try and find Jiraiya and Tsunade, but they can't find them anywhere. Pain, out of frustration, would then announce that he's not going to be holding back or doing any goofy things anymore. He would then jump into the air and cast the almighty push jutsu, completely eradicating the Leaf Village. And this is where we're going to be leaving things for right now. Now that concludes What If Naruto Befriended Kurama Earlier Part 2. If you guys want Part 3, be sure to get this video over 400 likes. I know we can do it. If you're new, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so you don't miss up on any of my videos. And with that out of the way, be sure to join the Discord and follow me on Twitter. Also, again, go subscribe to Creeps for originating this What If. And with that out of the way, guys, I'm going to get up out of here. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye.